Welcome to Red Rocks Media Lab. Today I'm going to do a how-to tutorial on how to image trace your artwork in Illustrator. So first, you gotta take a pretty decent picture of your artwork. Make sure to avoid some shadows, get some even lighting, and that way it'll be easier to image trace. However, there is some shadow here. We can fix that in Photoshop. So go ahead and open up your picture in Photoshop. We're going to do an image duplicate just to be safe. Don't mess with our original JPEG. And now once we're in the copy, we're going to go back to the image menu, adjustments, levels. And here we're going to keep the preview selected, grab the white eyedropper, and click on some gray areas here. You can see it starts to lighten up. If you click too dark a shadow, it washes it out. So try to find a decent middle ground. We're going to go with that. Press OK. And do a file, save as. We'll just do the JPEG copy is fine. Desktop's great. Okay, we'll just do the large file. That's fine. Okay, so it's popped up over here. Go ahead and minimize Photoshop. And open the new copy in Illustrator. Alright, so it is a large file. I do Command hyphen to zoom out. With the direct selection, go ahead and select the image, hold Shift, get it down to your artboard size. And get your artboard back in view, you press Command 0. Alright, so we have that selected. We're going to the window menu, go down to image trace, pulls up the image trace panel, and we're going to select the arrow next to advanced, push that, get all these things drop down, and we're going to do a color mode and as many colors as we can get. So for me in this style, I have a certain percentage that I like for it. You can go ahead and do different experiments on the percentages depending on what kind of artwork, what image you're tracing. However, this is a large image, it's probably going to take a little bit. So I'm just going to put it right where I know it works. 84%, 85%, 75 is fine. Alright, we're going to cut the noise down 4 pixels. And so I'm trying to keep that marker integrity, the sort of sketchy look. So I think these will be just fine. You can press ignore white. That likes to get rid of the white background for you if you have it in a other picture or image like that. But I have some white in the fox and I would like to keep that there. So we're going to leave that unselected and press preview. Yep, it is a large image. If you need to change it, if you'd like to experiment more, feel free to go to your object menu, go down to rasterize and change the resolution there. This is a pretty hefty computer, so I have faith in it. All right. Okay, so watch his face here. See how it changes slightly. And yep, man, there it has traced all of those little color swatches in the fox. You can see it's warped the shadow a little bit around him. We didn't get rid of all of it quite. That's okay. The color integrity is still there. I like the way he looks. Let's zoom in. I do Command plus to zoom in. And you can see all the little shapes, and that's pretty awesome. I'm digging that splotchy look. That's good for me. So to finalize your trace, we're going to go ahead and hit expand up in the control panel. Now there are paths around every single one of those shapes. That's pretty intense. We're going to click that closed, and it's grouped together at this time. We're going to ungroup it. It's Shift Command G. So if you click off, back on, now they're individual shapes. You can mess with them, you can delete them. I'm going to cut this guy out because I'm going to use him on, say, a flyer. And it's a little tedious, but to help with getting these white spots, let's do a new layer. Drag it below your fox. We're going to lock him just to be safe. Turn him off. And let's put a black background. Go ahead and lock that layer. Turn your fox back on. You can unlock him. And you can see better what's going on around him. You can change colors in him if you want to do extra highlights, extra shadows. Go ahead and zoom in, get particular, get rid of all these white pieces next to him. And for me, I'm going to have to take some pieces of fur from his back and transfer it to his tail. I didn't leave enough room on the paper when I was drawing, so I'm going to have to finish him here. I can take pretty decent chunks here, copy, paste them, rotate them, squish them, change the color, whatever I need to do to get it to blend in with his tail. And so you're not hanging. I'm going to jump to the final version. So let's see, this is my fox. And you can see he's pretty cleaned up. There's some jagged, furry edges, which I was fine with. You can obviously have as much control as you want to refine it. And there's his tail. There's a few little gaps in there, but I don't really need to fill those in. He's going on a white background on a flyer. I can fill him in if I really need to. Let's turn that fill off. And he's grouped back together. I selected him and pressed Command G, so he's now one object and is able to rotate. So now he looks a little bit more jumpy. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you. That's all I got today. And please keep hanging out and trying to watch more tips and tutorials from Red Rocks Media Lab.